everybody to Outdoor Power Tech on this cold Wednesday morning here in China Grove. It's around 32 degrees, and I got a review I'm gonna be doing. It's an early Christmas present my family got for me. I picked it out online. I've got a manual hoist in my shop that I've been using for about 15 years, and I've been wanting to upgrade to electric. Just haven't had the time, just busy working all the time, and the manual ones just worked really well. The only thing about the manual that I don't like is the chain is always hanging. Your slack that you're not using is always hanging, and sometimes when I pull tractors up to it, sometimes it will scrape on the hood. So I'm always conscious about not allowing it to get that close. But with this electric one, I'll be able to raise it up when I'm not using it and have that room in my shop also. I got this on Amazon. Amazon stuff is over the years has been getting better and better. Of course, it didn't Amazon themselves, but the companies that are selling on it. But this is a Chinese hoist, of course. The name of it is Happy Buy. We can get a little laugh out of that. It is a 2,000 pound lift, and they have many other ones from this company that you've got a 440 pound lift, a 880, 1,320 pounds. Let's see here, 1,700 pound, and then the 2,000 pound. I went with the 2,000 pound lift. Okay, to get this 2,000 pounds, your cable that comes down, you have to loop it around and hook it back up to the hoist, so it's they call it a double lift, and that will give you the 2,000 pounds. But if you just have the cable coming down like a normal hoist, that the load capacity on it then is 990 pounds, which is still a lot of weight. The reason why I went with this is over 1,700 people reviewed it or rated it on Amazon, and it got 4.5 stars. That's one of the things you want to look at when you buy stuff on Amazon. You got to look at them ratings and see how high it is. And I mean, over close to 1,700 reviews on it, and almost being 5 stars told me that it's going to be a pretty good one for what I'm using it for. I'm just lifting up small tractors and engines off of mowers and stuff, so hoping this will be a good one. So let me get the camera set up and get y'all in close, and we'll do this unboxing and see what all's in here, and let me get the camera moving. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we all set up. I have already opened this, and I seen that they shipped it in the box it comes in, which I'm not really a big fan on that. It's not a breaker for me because there's no holes in the box or anything like that. There was a small little hole in this side, but when it was sitting on my porch, when I went to pick it up the other day, my finger pushed into the box. But like I said, it's not a deal breaker for me. It might be for other people. But let's go ahead and look what we got inside here. We got just a real thin foam here. Let's go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull all the foam out of here. They have foam all the way around all the sides, which that's good. And it is a heavy unit. I mean, wasn't too heavy for me to pick up, but it is fairly heavy. We got instructions manual here. Let's see here. Capacity, yeah. Safety procedures, installation, maintenance. Looks here like you have to oil it every so often. And then directions on how to hang it. So, and then they got parts breakdown in here also, which I really appreciate that a whole lot. But yeah, nothing much here to see. We'll be saving that though. Set this stuff over here to the side. All right, let's go ahead and I'm just gonna do this first. Here's your controller. Let me grab a knife real quick to cut this stuff open, or a pair of scissors. Be careful not to cut your wire. Now I worked in electrical AC DC motor repair shop and company for a long time, and we did gearboxes too. We had a couple electric hoists, so I know what the feeling of this controller is supposed to feel like compared to the ones that they had, which were really high dollar lifts. This is a good quality. It feels real good and strong and sturdy in my hands. Yeah, that's a real good hard plastic. It doesn't feel cheap to me compared to the ones that I've used. I like the heavy gauge wire that they got on here. They got the industrial couplings on here that you would normally see on one of these controllers. Well pleased with that so far. All right, let's see what we got in here. We got our hanging accessories and our hook. Let me just go ahead and set all this out here. Go ahead and pull this out. Make sure. Oh, we got some more packing in here. I'm just gonna lift this out and throw the box on the floor. Okay. Let me check, see if y'all got a good view on this, so y'all can see up close what it looks like. I mean, it's a hoist, ain't much to do review much on until we get it hooked up and see how it works. All right, got a good quality hook here. I've been around this type of stuff all my life, using hooks like this in big shops, and when I ran a tree trim business for years, I used big hooks like this when we was pulling trees and stuff. So yeah, good quality hook on here. See here what the pulley looks like. This pulley system's for when you do when you rope it over to double your capacity. All that looks good, good quality to me. Nothing looks cheap or Chinese. Got good quality pins there. Yep, all that looks good. The cable looks to be a good quality. All in all, it's looking good to me, guys. The stopper is good. It's not a cheap, doesn't feel too cheap to me. You know when you get that cheap plastic, that Chinese plastic, it just has that feel like if you just thumped it, it would crack. This feels like a real good hard plastic. Let me get something to tap on so you can hear. That's real good hard plastic. Same thing with this. But, all right. So let me get this thing hung up and wired in. It does come with just your regular AC wiring, just plugs right into the wall, or if you have a receptacle, which I might do, put a receptacle right above the box and have it plugged into it, and then have that receptacle on a breaker itself. That's what I'm going to do down the road, but you can hook this up to a drop cord. But let me get this all hooked up and I'll be back with y'all. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we got automatic off, so whenever if something happens and it gets hung up, your controller here, and it keeps pulling this. Now this will be turned this way, guys, and hanging. But let's say your controller gets stuck, or you're just not paying attention and it comes up too far, this will push down right here. And if you can see right here, it's pushing your button right here to cut the motor off. So that's a real good safety feature there, as far as being able to protect your unit from destroying itself. So let me get this set up, and we'll test it out and see how it does. Before I set up, I will show you the hoist that I have been using, so I'll be able to compare it to that. So let's get it set up, and I'll be back with you in a minute. All right, guys, here's the manual hoist that I've been using the last 15 years. It is a 1 ton. It's one we rebuilt at the electrical engine company I worked at in Charlotte, North Carolina. We rebuilt electric and manual hoist and gearboxes as well. And the customer never paid for this after we rebuilt it, and we had a private auction at the company, and I won it fairly cheap. I think won it for like $50, and it's $400 or $500 lift. But as you can see, the chain goes all the way to the ground, because of course you can hang this from like 15-foot ceiling. So, all right, let me get this down and get the new one in and hooked up, and we'll test her out. All right, guys, I thought I'd show you this before I put it up in my ceiling. It comes with these two brackets here that bolt on like so. And these are set up to put on a rail so you can slide it through your shop. I don't have a rail. I can give you the measurement of that right there though, so you can see what type of rail it goes on. I couldn't find nothing even in the manual for it. Let's see, it might be a 2-inch rail. Yeah, we're looking at 1 3/4 inch rail by 1 3/4 inch. So, being that I don't have a rail up, what my hoist was always on is this 4x4, and it spans across 5 rafters. So what I did is got some flat stock, and I threw in some video before this, showing you me cutting it, and then I punched holes and then drilled it out. What I had here is some flat stock, and it's 1/4 inch flat stock, and I drilled my holes out so they'll sit on my 4x4 post like that. I'm not going to use those like that. I'm going to put my hoist under here, so it's going to be under here. Don't use these and put bolts through here and bolt into there, because if you get a lot of pressure on these things are going to mushroom out and fall down, and it's going to be loose. I wish they come with other brackets for people that don't have the rail in their shop. My shop don't have that, like I said. So I got these manufactured right here. I made these today, and I got me some long threaded bolts here that I'll just run through here. I'll cut them to length, and I'll run them through here. It'll go through there. Cut to length to where I can screw it into the bottom of the hoist, and then I can hang it. All right, after I get this done, I'll be back with you. All right, guys, I got it up in the air, and my homemade brackets worked out perfect. I just wanted to do this because it's gonna stay here until it breaks. You could have used those brackets that come with, even though it was to slide on a bar. You could have easily ran a chain from your ceiling from point A to point B, and then run it through these brackets right here and hang it up, you know, close to your ceiling. You could have easily done that, but I wanted to do something more permanent. I noticed something. The name on it, I don't know if y'all can see that. This is another brand that this company sells, or it's another brand that Amazon sells. I guess they interchangeable, the names on it. But either way, they the same exact machine. I got everything set up. Trying not to make y'all sick. I got it in the loop like this, so it can do up to 2,000 pounds. And it just hooks in right there. I lowered it down already. I'm telling you guys, this thing's smooth. It doesn't. I have a winch on my trailer that I winch tractors and stuff up on. a pretty big winch. It can do up to 4,500 pounds, and that thing, it just sounds awful when you use it. It's new. It sounds like a winch, but this thing is smooth. I'll let y'all hear it real quick. See how smooth it is? Of course, I don't have no weight on it right now, so it's not gonna come down, but let's, I'm gonna get y'all on the tripod, and I got a John Deere 318 in here. This is an older tractor, and you know these things weigh a lot. So this is gonna be a good test for us. So let me get you into tripod, and I'll be back with you in a minute. All right. I use straps just because that's what I'm accustomed to at the motor shop I used to work at. I use these green straps like this right here, and just one loop can hold 5,300 pounds, and if you double loop it like this, let me get the end of it. You get the gist of what I'm talking about. If you loop it like that, it can hold up to 10,000 pounds. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get this underneath here. This is a live test, guys. Might have to put a bigger hook on it. I can already tell I might put a bigger hook on it. But for the time being, I'll do this. That tight. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a bigger hook. All right, let's see if it's gonna raise it up. Hopefully y'all can still see. No problem at all. All right. All right, guys, that's it. I'm well pleased with that. It works good. It's not as loud as I thought it was going to be. I would recommend this, definitely. Of course, I'm gonna be lifting up. That's a pretty heavy unit right here. This is an old school John Deere. Has a cast iron 09 engine in it in the front, and that engine itself probably weighs about 300 pounds, not counting the chassis and everything. So this isn't your plastic John Deere that you get at Lowe's today, or even at John Deere. This is the old school John Deere, and it raised it up just fine. Didn't hesitate at all. So these smaller MTD lawnmowers, they just gonna lift up easy, super easy. I'll give y'all an update on it in a year and let you know how it's doing. But I like it. I'm pleased with it, and I'll leave a link if y'all interested in getting it. And happy that my wife and children got it for me. Excited about it. It's gonna help save my back. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later.